Hello, and welcome to Dino Bytes, where we talk about games, movies, and all your favorite dinosaur media. My name is NobleSinn.
I'm SharkBryce.
And I'm TheFlyingRaptor.
Today we are talking about the Halloween Horrors Primal Carnage event that just dropped. When did it drop? Like the 20...
2 days ago.
Yeah, like the 26th of October. Like 2 days ago, as of recording this. This update brings in a lot of balance changes, including a new weapon, a whole new weapon, which is Pyro's flame slammer, which is it's cool.
I wanted to talk about the flame slammer. It basically turns Pyro into a whole new class. He just becomes a demo man. There's no way around it. Like, sure, the explosions do afterburn, but it's not that long, but it does do a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, so basically what the Flame Slammer is, for those of you who are, I don't know, maybe haven't played the game in a while or play on the PlayStation 4 side of the game, it's basically a pump action slug shotgun with a commando's boom tube attached to it, where it shoots grenades, and it has 16 grenades, I think, total, and it has...
It has like 16 grenades in total, but he can load two of them at once, and he can just fire both of them.
Although loading them doesn't work like Pathfinder's shotgun, I don't think. So, like, if you load one, it doesn't register you loaded one. You have to load in both for them to go into your...
Yeah, you gotta unload... You gotta unload both of the grenades in order to reload them. We don't know why that they haven't implemented a reload for them yet, but, we gotta deal with it right now.
Can get annoying playing the class, but we also have to realize that this gun shoots slug rounds and has 2 grenades to fire, so I feel like it's kind of... I don't know, it would feel a little... I feel like in a way that's kind of a bit of a balance?
Well, this thing is far from balanced, but...
It didn't do a shit ton of afterburn, it probably would be a lot better. I think that, I die to the afterburn more than I die to the actual explosion.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah,
which makes sense, because they kind of wanted to focus on you dying from afterburn, but you're if you get hit by it, you're going to die from afterburn. That's the issue. Like,
there's no way around it.
The afterburn does more damage than the explosion itself, usually, yes, and that's good, but you always die from the afterburn. Even if you get tickled, not tickled, sorry, I'm turning into insert name here. If you even get grazed by it, you're gonna die from the afterburn, it feels like.
It's ridiculous. I wish they had it to where the explosion does more damage, way more damage than the afterburn, because I hate, seeing that afterburn do that much damage, and then, there's no water or anything around me. Even if I'm a Dilo and I spit at the ground, it usually just kills me before I can put myself out.
And for you lore freaks, I believe it says, at least in the patch notes and in the new trailer, which we do have to talk about, by the way, this gun, I believe, was made by Angus, just like the flame saw, I believe. Mm-hmm. So he made both of his guns from scrapped parts, and as it says, an incendiary grenade launcher and slam-firing shotgun attachment.
Oh, it's craftsmanship.
I remember how they're trying to implement the slam firing. So I don't know if you guys know how that works.
Tell us.
But essentially, what it is instead of him pulling back the pump action to what's it called? To not prime it, but bring the shell back into the chamber. Instead of that, he's actually pulling it back so it fires it instead of to bring another one into the chamber and make the other one go flying out.
So it's roughly like shooting a water gun.
Yeah, Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically just a grenade launcher that Pyro made, but threw on a shotgun attachment. So he pumps it back to fire the shell, which I actually did not know.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember in like testing, it was kind of a joke, like, oh, he stole Pathfinder's shotgun, and then he put it on his launcher.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, damn, bro, that's mad funny.
That's mad. You got the whole squad laughing. I'm literally pissing and shitting and having diarrhea run down my stinky legs.
All right. Okay.
But, all right.
So it wasn't that unfunny.
It wasn't that funny. I mean, yeah, it was neither.
Shut up. Anyway, you want to talk? Let's talk about the fucking trailer that this thing came with. So the voice acting, like, okay, I've said this to you guys before. No disrespect to the voice actor whatsoever, but without the pitch, without the pitch adjustments to Pyro's voice, it does not sound like Pyro.
I agree with that.
Dinosauriac mentioned, whenever Flying called it out in the Discord, that he has a wider range of pitches now, and a lot more voice lines are going to come out of this. I'm starting to warm up to it a bit. It does not feel like Angus. It doesn't give that classic, like, oh, this needs more fire! It's more so just like, oh, this seems to need a bit more flames. Kind of like a knockoff Pyro. Kind of. It reminds...
Use a little bit more fire.
It reminds me of, you know, that old ad that had, like, Marcus Tyler?
I'm gonna need your help with something. Firstly, let's get the weirdness out of the way. It's me. We can do the autographs later.
Like the...
Vote for Marcus Tyler and IndieDB.
Yeah, IndieDB dot... Yeah, whatever. Game of the year.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It was an old Primal Carnage, like, promotional thing.
I'll find it for you.
And it was, it reminds me of that. It sounds nothing like Marcus, but they tried to fit it in as Marcus. So it's like, there's a lot of potential that can come out of this, but I'm curious to hear the other ranges of voice, because so far the deep grumbles, the deep grumbling voice feels a little off, because Pyro does have a more high pitched voice, like, I need more fuel or something.
Yeah, you said this a while back, but he sounds like a Viking. He sounds like a burly Viking. He doesn't sound like an annoying maniac like what he's supposed to be.
He sounds very, very Vike-like.
Yeah.
Then we have another game mechanic that they have recently added. Aside from all the Pyro shenanigans, we have tyrant bracing. This I have not tried out myself, so I have no clue.
I've never seen a tyrant use this. I mean, I think I've seen a tyrant use this once. That's it. I don't know how, like, realistically useful it is, because I saw insert names video here say that it was used to protect their team, but I mean, like, just them tyrants existing is protecting their team, and just in general. But the thing is about the bracing, it drains so much stamina that by the time you get to the humans, you're just going to be fucking neutered in your speed.
I know I've been using it quite a bit. It's very abusable. I don't know how to, like, sugarcoat this. Now, there are a few things that shut it down, like a soul cannon, like, can just completely disable it immediately for some reason. And the tranks also screw it over, the new trank pistol, which we'll get into later. But, like, it's very useful, like, firstly, if you're trying to run in and there's, like, no way you're gonna sneak in there. You're just running, like, with your head down, and, you know, it's nice because you can also just attack for some reason while you're racing. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. And it's just, like, you take 80% reduced damage, I believe. So it is extremely useful. I just think people just disregard it for some reason, like Packies.
Yeah, honestly, well, okay, so I tested out to see how much it reduced. I used an assault cannon on its head, on a T-Rex's head when it was bracing. Usually the crit would do like 500. It only did like 100 to it. And I'm like, that's insane. So basically, like when it's bracing, basically the assault cannon can do a max of 400 damage to it, which is ungodly amount of damage resistance. But the issue is, like I said before, the moment you get to the humans, your stam is going to be so nerfed to the point where you're just going to be like just kind of bumbling around while everyone shoots at you.
Yeah. Hence is why it's probably better for an escape tool, rather than like running in, because like a lot of the time you get those pesky Tyler Marcuses, just running after you to the corpse, holding LMB for some reason, and then you just randomly you just die because you can't do anything against it. So and it's also like really useful because you can just sprint while bracing too, for some reason.
Like
So you can just get the hell out of there and get to a corpse without taking too much damage if you use it as an escape tool.
I hate that, honestly. I hate how you can do basically, you can function normally while bracing. It's so dumb.
Yep.
Like the only drawback to bracing is that it drains your stamina. You can still attack, you could still sprint, you could still do everything you could originally do while bracing. It makes no fucking sense to me.
I don't really have much to comment on because I have not used it yet, because to me it feels like a little bit of a forgettable feature. I know it won't be in the long run because I've obviously this is still very new, so eventually, yes, it'll become more memorable as it tanks a shitload of damage. But I also, it kind of annoys me that with this whole bracing thing, like with Packy and the Tyrants, you just put your head down to do it. It feels like they should do a slight bit of a crouch. Just, like, it's a lot of the time I'm gonna end up forgetting that they're actually bracing.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to decipher them looking down versus them bracing. I would just like them to do a bit of a crouch, or at least lift their tail or something.
I was concerned about that as well, but the Primal community was like, no, we don't need that. So...
Distinguishing animations, or what are you, an idiot?
Yeah, I would just... Again, even with Packy Brace, I would, like, lift the tail up, like, make it point upward a little bit or something like that. Have some kind of indication. Make the Rex at least tuck in its arms, for God's sake. Just... I don't know, just do something so you can differentiate it. I really think the tail's a good way to go for the bracing.
Yeah, just have its tail stick up like it's ready to fart. That'd be wonderful.
Not that far.
Why does your mind go there?
Just at least the tip of
Why?
the tail.
Because I am SharkBryce, that is why.
Thank you. This has been your daily dose of SharkBryce.
This has been Dino Bytes, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. I remember someone was like conceptualizing in well, out there, bud.
What is wrong with you? What's going on?
Someone is conceptualizing. Oh.
I didn't realize. I'm reading the patch notes now. 80% less damage. Sorry, Flying.
We talked. We just said about.
I didn't know it was 80%. I didn't hear that. I didn't listen to that part.
I had said earlier, like these crit damage on the.
Yeah.
Soul Cannon does like 100 damage.
Yeah. Anyway. I heard that. That was insane. But I did.
While we went back to this, I want to touch on the fact firstly that the more you get shot, the more it drains your stamina as well. So I think I could be.
So it's still beneficial to shoot them.
Yeah, I think. And once you're out of stamina, it's supposed to take you out of brace. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, and then wait, did you say it put you in negative stamina?
It did at one point. I was just able to infinitely brace. And then once I let go of my brace, my stamina didn't go up for 20 seconds. So it was going into negatives, and it was working its way back up. It was weird. But anyway, back to the conceptualizing thing. Noble, you're not gonna freak out?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So apparently, someone was like bringing up the fact, and Dinosaur React liked it, how like Spino would like get on. The way I say this is gonna sound weird. It's gonna get on like all fours and become this massive wall. Someone was thinking about that. Like, yeah,
Well, it's just going to become a quadruped.
pretty much. Like as an animation for the brace, that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just gets down, and it gets down, and then it
It's down.
Oh my god.
Get down! Sir, get down!
Mr. President. Yeah, it just gets down and like just kind of becomes this wall that protects its teammates behind it and shit.
Huh.
I mean, it'd be better than it just lowering its head.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I like that. I like that route for Spino, especially since it's like the defense class for in terms of roaring. It fits its role. That's nice. I like that.
It'd definitely be better than the kill-stealing bastard that it is right now.
So moving on from tyrant bracing, I feel like we've shared all we feel about that. This is another one that I have not really checked out yet too well either. I mean, I did a little bit on the dart gun, but either way, the dart guns have been reworked, both of them. The tranq rifle and the tranquilizer pistol. So get exploded flying.
I am going to, okay, as a former tranq rifle user, this thing is just a worse stock now. It is just a worse stock rifle. It does not do any stam drain, and I miss the old darts. I was so angry when I heard that the tranq rifle was getting completely reworked.
Should I explain how this thing works?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Take it away.
So, it's a similar system to the old one, with many major minor adjustments. I don't even know how to explain it. So essentially, it does still do like overtime damage, but it's like invisible. I don't know how to explain that, but like it doesn't register as like damage ticks, and I don't know if it actually does it. I think it still does do it to the dinosaurs, but like it doesn't really show you. But most of the majority of the damage is just on impact now. It also still has like that thing where you like can't heal if you're quote unquote marked for death with it. And it has way higher. Like it has a much larger clip. I think it has. How much did it have before? Did it have 5 before?
I think it had 6.
If it had 6, okay, so it has one more then. It has 7 now. Either way, it has 7 in its clip now. And it has a slower fire rate. I think it still kills things like the small things in 3 shots, if you do them like one after the other though. And it's also quite a bit better in close range because it has more things to unload onto it. Its targets.
No, I still think it's just worse stock rifle. I miss the old tranq.
It might need a little adjusting. I feel like it will, but like it's like a good mechanic. I think the mechanics are good.
The tranq pistol, though, luckily, it does more stam drain now. I've heard people say that the tranq pistol is useless. It's not. It's really good if you just, especially now with the bracing, the dart gun is just going to be really fucking good.
Yes. So the tranq pistol, it's honestly kind of broken against tyrants. It's doing what the old tranq rifle did. Like the old tranq rifle, where it would put them into the tranked state, and they can't run in shit like that. And it only takes like one clip to put a tyrant into the tranked state, which really it really shuts down tyrants. If you use it against them, it is really gonna screw them over. And it's also kind of okay against small things if you can manage to hit them. Because that allows them to they can't run either, so that allows you to get a better shot with your sniper rifle and shit.
Okay, but realistically, when are you going to hit all your shots on any small class if they're just jumping around like they're a CS:GO sweat?
Well, you see, think of the tryhard snipers that just randomly no-scope you when you're in their face and jumping around.
Yeah, but that just takes one shot.
Takes 2. If you body shot.
Well, I've had it to where they just headshot me anyway.
Also,
Usually it's with the assault cannon, though.
I forgot to mention, I believe the trank, the dart gun, it only takes like 3 shots to put the small things in a trank state. Or it's like 3 or 4. It's way less than the larger things. So it's not super easy, but it's, if you can hit a few, then yeah, it's helpful against them. Although MK pistol is still probably the better choice if you don't want to shut down tyrants.
If I may, can we go back to the beginning of this? How does the invisible tick damage work?
I'm not sure yet, honestly. I think it works like the old thing, but it's not. It's so weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it does the damage over time, but I believe it takes longer than it did before, and it also still like marks it for death, like the old one. So like if you're going to die, like if it calculates that your health is like going to be completely gone with the tick damage, then you will die no matter what. It still does that. I'm not sure if it actually damages the dinosaur or not. It might, but I think it just calculates something.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Okay, so this thing is gonna like... So it's as if it's kind of putting you to sleep, not killing you, like an actual tranquilizer, I guess.
Kind of?
Yeah, it's putting you to sleep for a very, very, very long time.
Keep in mind, this is now the poison dart rifle.
Poison dart? Oh.
Yeah, they renamed it the poison dart rifle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hence is why it does no stamina drainage anymore.
What? Why? Why?
And that's why I mentioned this earlier. I was upset that they took away the gimmick that it had, and now it's just worse stock.
Oh, I didn't realize that before. Never mind. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's still fun. I'm able to get okay KDRs with it, although I'm not really used to using trank rifle. I don't know. It's like it's not awful, but it's just like I don't know.
It's just
the only
like,
reason
why
I'd
use
use it
this
is
when you could just kill them in a single shot with this
only
stock?
reason I'd use it is because funny tick sounds. Haha.
Who's gonna call it poison dart rifle?
I don't know. I mean, if you
I'm
check
still
like your
saying
Steam
trank
inventory
rifle.
and shit, if you check your Steam inventory and like all the skins for it, they're all called poison dart rifle now.
I'm still saying trank rifle.
I'd probably still call it a trank rifle because I've known it as a trank rifle for years.
Yeah, probably. Me too, probably.
I'm not going to get used to calling it a fucking poison dart rifle. And if I hear people be like, poison dart rifle, I'll be like, shut the fuck up, trank rifle.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. I'll totally have to cover that in an actual like gameplay video, but alright. Finally, for fucking yes, finally, Packy has an automatic charge. I've been advocating for this since the day it came out because I thought the fact that, you know, it when it ran, you could just left click, just making it, I don't know, a more effective Nova, just didn't make any sense to me. Packy, of all classes, should be the one. Like, I feel like even Serato didn't even have to match this, but Packy totally should have been the one to charge by default with running, which it finally does, because its roar ability was just kind of like a, here, let's throw this in, it just buffs everything and gives it a charge like the other bruisers for consistency type of deal. But now, it is actually consistent with the other bruisers in terms of, you just run in and it, you know, it'll hit, and it does, you know, it takes 3 hits to actually kill a human with its, you know, left mouse button attack, similar to Serato. So, I think this is a better change. Does it take 2 charges with Packy to kill a human, by the way?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, yeah, so that's consistent with the rest of the charges in the game, but yeah, that's fine.
It's still, Packy's still stupid as fuck. I
Okay.
still hate Packy.
The idea of the change is good, although I still hate that it has a brace for a secondary. Why the hell does it have a brace? It's meant to be a light class. I don't get that. But still, overall a good idea. However, it just, Packies are even more obnoxious now because instead of you seeing them like brawling, like getting just walking and swinging their heads, they're now only charging, which means you're never gonna hit them. Double barrel, which was like the only thing that could shut it down before, like in a snap. It's never gonna hit it because it's just running in and going away. You're never gonna have that time. Like you're never gonna be able to like. I mean, you will be able to, but it's not as easy to just get that one hit.
I beg to differ. I use the double barrel a lot. I could still pop these dudes pretty easily, but it's really annoying still because they're just basically a Carno that's harder to hit.
I'm just thinking about Bryce. You remember how that one Packy where Ash was the only other one on the team, like in the call, and that Packy would not die no matter how much we shot.
Oh my god, that guy pissed me off so much. I wanted to strangle him.
That is what I'm referring to.
That one, I wanted to strangle that guy so much. He wouldn't fuck off. Every time I'm about to get a kill, this Packy will come out of nowhere and throw me halfway across the map.
There's certain Packies that just make it impossible to deal with. Most of them are okay, but there are some because of this change that you just can't kill for the life of you, and they just come in and go unga bunga, I kill you now.
So it's so obnoxious.
Anyway, yeah, fuck Packy. Please remove it from the game. Let's go.
I just I kind of agree. I don't want it in the game anymore. It doesn't have anything really unique other than its slide.
Even its slide is the most annoying thing about it. Like I think we've all seen Pesky play with this thing. He drifts all over the place. Then he jumps in the air. After he kills me, he'll run off at like Mach 2000 and go to the other side of the map. While he's jumping all over the place, he can jump practically as high as a fucking Ovi.
My opinion on this is Packy definitely still needs some reworks. I get the brace ability is cool and all. I've finally actually seen it in use and effective just yesterday, which is the first time I've ever actually seen someone using it and, using it effectively. Brace has obviously potential, but I still feel like the lunge might have been better, but either way, I still think that Packy does need a few more changes, but either way, it's heading on a more correct path to being a better, more unique class.
Dorado should have had the brace.
I agree.
Agreed. A few more things on Packy. Firstly, please fix the stutter from the transition from the walk to the charge. It's obnoxious. It doesn't hurt my eyes, but it's just so distracting. It's like you see a quick movement on your screen, you immediately look to that, and then you just realize
I think you just have an issue.
No, it's been hurting me too. The transition between walking to running, it just snaps to a whole nother animation, and it's painful to watch.
And then what else was there?
Just feels so last minute changey, which the entire class of Packy feels that way.
I remembered the other thing I was gonna say. So the lunge, I remember the reason they said that it wasn't gonna work before is for the same reason that Pounce had an issue, because Pounce, how it would teleport you back. We'll get into that part later. The same thing would happen to lunge, which now it's been fixed, so lunge is probably possible now. Anyway, we'll get to that part later.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna praise Dinosauriac for fixing that. Or was it Dinosauriac that fixed that?
It was Macallo.
It was Macallo? Well, then praise Macallo.
Macallow's been doing some work coming back for a bit.
Does the real work.
Yeah, Macallow's. Thank God for Macallo.
OG Dev, come back to save Extinction. Save us from Extinction.
Save us from Extinction. Save the fucking player base from Extinction.
Thank God for Site M. Well, here is just talking about the actual event and the skins and mutations themselves, which I do want to talk about the store, by the way, because I'm gonna say This is the best store in months. This store is amazing.
I agree with that. I could not agree with you more. So the skins that they gave this year are probably the best that I've seen in a long time. Especially with this new Dilo skin, this new Phantom Dilo. Oh my god, it's like probably gonna be one of my new defaults because I love it so much. It's so cool.
And then a lot of them, like a lot of the new things. So yeah, tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow is the 10-year anniversary of the franchise as a whole. So, a lot of the items that they brought in are like old things. Like they brought in, this one's a drop, but they brought in the original Tyrannosaurus model from the who knows how long ago, like 10 years ago. And the gift giver reward from Packy, or what am I saying? The gift giver reward for the new Halloween gift is the Inatus Packy, but the real model now, the real Packy model. Also, thanks Makalo again for digging this shit up in his files. Makalo the Lifesaver.
I love Makalo.
He's such a badass.
Anyway, they also had a bunch of new fucking skins for the humans, which finally some good human skins again. The others, I felt like recently the others have just been seeing good human skins have just been rare lately. But now, I really like the Commando, the new Commando skin.
Yeah,
Beast Commando. He looks like a lizard man.
This store is just there's a few premium skins, there's so many mutations. It's just, this store is seriously one that does not have a single skin that I dislike. This store is seriously the best that I feel like I've ever even seen. It's flawless. You're gonna be spending a lot of money. I want every skin in the store. Not to mention a whole lot of new drops, like Flying said, the original Rex model, which is incredible. A bunch of human kilowatt skins, which Dinosauriac gave me one to show off to on my channel for the camera, so I gotta get recording soon. But there's
He gave you them to show off on our channel, like my channel. And Bryce's. Yeah, everyone's channel. This channel right now.
This channel. This is no. You are in a communist channel.
Here's 1 pixel of kilowatt pyro. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere.
Fair enough.
just add a picture of it in post.
Oh yeah, and then the kilowatt skins exchanging haircuts and stuff. The scientists getting the Karen cut.
Yeah, I do like the cut. Android look that they gave for scientists. I really do actually want that skin.
Oh, she's an android. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you didn't realize she was a fucking android?
Every single one of them are. Did you see Commandos? Commandos is like that too.
Is Pyro?
I think Pyro.
I don't believe Pyro is. I have Pyro. He looks really humanoid. Oh wow. 10 years ago, on October 31st, 2012, the original Primal Carnage game was released. That is incredible. There's a whole new there's codes that are out now, I believe. It gives you a gift. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. You can redeem a code.
Memorized it.
I haven't done that yet. I need to do that.
I'm saving that one for a video.
It gives you a cigar. It gives you some power shades or whatever. I don't think they're power shades, but there's something like that. It gives you 3 sprays that are all celebratory, and I think it gives you something else. It gives you a Noble. It gives you the orange, the golden company hat.
Oh yes, I was gonna DM you immediately upon seeing that. We spent so much time on that, looking at it.
List.
Oh my god, so much of that was devoted to specifically that.
I'm so confused.
So a long time ago, this is not. It was months ago. Was it last year?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it might have been last year. But Noble and I all went through the SDK. Both of us. Both of us went through the SDK, and we went through all the material sections for every single mesh, class or whatever, and weapon. And we looked for missing things that were just not in the game, and we put them on this Google document that was sorted by like weapon and dinosaurs and humans and dinosaurs and shit. And we sent that to Dinosauriac, and he's finally bringing in like cosmetics. A few of them are the miner hat, the milkman's cap, all of those like in that pack.
It feels nice having the orange hat in the game because it feels like we did that.
And it's a funny thing because those are the two that we could not find out what to put on for the life of us. We're like, what mesh does this go on? What model is this for? And then like 2 days later, I'm like, it goes on the baseball cap.
Yeah.
I'm also really glad we got the cigar in because I remember they were saying a cigar might raise the rating, and everyone was like, "Oh, but Trapper's cigar,
Drug use."
Oh yeah. Also, one last thing. It's a sin that Trapper can't use his cigar while wearing his glasses. That's a sin.
Why?
That's a sin. I'm sorry, that's a sin.
Why? Can't he? That'd be so good, though. That'd be such a good loadout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. He should be. That would be very cool.
The last thing they added to the gift is the Floodplains Carno. So I don't know if most people, not most people, but a lot of people will probably remember this. But a content creator for Primal by the name of Velociboy made this Cerato mutation for Carno. And he released it with 2 skins. He released it with Arid, and he released it with Floodplains Carno. Yeah, Floodplains Cerato, technically. And with Dinosauriac just rejecting that kind of brought up, like, people's suspicions of Cerato coming, and for all we know, it's the only reason we got Cerato. So it's kind of a nice throwback for Cerato that we got the skin that kind of started this whole thing.
That's crazy, man. I remember you telling me about that, and I was like, damn. So that's how they knew that fucking Cerato was coming?
That's
yeah,
cool.
I remember that. Like the whole community was all like in an uproar, like, well, you say no new classes are coming, but you rejected this awesome mutation that should be in the game. Why are you doing this? There has to be something.
We're almost there. We've still got a lot of balance changes to go through, but just before that, we have the controller updates. We've been testing for a while how gamepad feels, and getting ready to port over for console. I just gave all of the PS4 players an erection by saying that we were just trying out the aim assist and the different button loadouts and different control schemes. So it's finally pretty much all ready, and it feels really, really good if you're not playing on a PS5 controller.
So yeah, the controller changes. I remember testing these out with Noble, not just Noble, but like in the open testing. They are so much better than like the old controller. Like playing controller even on PC is just so nice. Like the auto aim really helps, and it's not like controlling you, because you have to control it for it to start working too. So it's kind of like a mix. It's like it's helping you. It's assisting you. It's not forcing you to do things. It's assisting you like it should. And it's like I was actually able to get kills with controller somehow, which is I could never do before. So yeah, they're very nice.
I don't really have much to say on this one because I don't like using controllers on PC. Because I did that once when I was playing Depth, and I wanted to fucking tear my eyes out because that was some awful shit.
Fair enough.
After the controller, there you go, PlayStation 4 players. You had your little segment of the video. Now we're gonna get into the balance changes for dinosaurs, of which there are a lot. We've talked about a lot of them, like Packy and Tyrant, but there is still much, much more, including like the spitters. Let's talk about the spitters.
You know what? Can I asked you this earlier? Can I just talk about the spitters?
Rant.
As a fucking spitter main, as a big fucking spitter main, I am so goddamn pissed about how they treated Cryolophosaurus. Okay. It did not need the nerfs that it got. Its spit does less damage than its bite. in what sense does that work? Thankfully, it can still half charge, but fucking Dilo can't. I don't know why Dilo can't half charge anymore, but I'm glad Cryo can do that. But they made Cryo objectively worse in every way, and the only thing good that they did to it is if they made it so that full charge bio bombs now explode when hitting a person, because before they didn't do that. Before they just do the 80 damage and there'd be no explosion. Now they do the damage to the person it hit and all those around it. And I'm very happy they did that, because there's so many times where I'll charge up a bio bomb, I'll throw it at the ground, and some Tyler Marcus will come and like body block it entirely. It made me so angry, and I'm so glad they fixed that. Other than that, they made both spitters objectively worse. Dilo did need it. Dilo did need the damage nerfs a little bit. I'm pretty fine with Dilo. But Cryo, they just kicked Cryo in the goddamn nuts and just left him to die.
Another, one of the only other good things they did with Cryo is, they did buff its spit puddle. So, like, you actually will take damage from them now. Like, the damage ticks are, like, 0.7 now? They're 0.7?
Yeah, they're 0.7. Originally, they were 0.85. I mean, like, yeah, it's better, but, like, really, how often do spit puddles, like, how often do people die from walking on spit puddles?
Not that often, anyway.
No, it's so fucking rare. Even if the player is new, it rarely happens.
At least people can take damage from them now and not just run over them without taking a tick. I think they still can, but it's not as common for them to do that.
Still ridiculous. I hate it so much.
Cryo did not deserve that.
Alright, well, my thoughts on the matter. I like it. I personally think Dilo definitely needed it. Dilo was a fucking turret before, so I'm very, very glad it was nerfed. Cryo, I don't really have a problem with, personally. I've always been kind of a Cryolophosaurus main, and I really don't have anything to complain about. It just feels like old Cryo more. Like, I play the PS4 version a lot, even, and I just can't really complain. It just still feels like Cryo to me. I don't really mind it. I don't really mind the change.
Yeah, I can still do well with it, but, like, I feel I'm getting way more assists than I used to. And as Cryo, I already got a shit ton of assists. Now I get even more. I don't care about me, like, not being able to outdamage my opponent. The issue is me trying to outdamage my opponent and then having some fuckhead Carno come out of nowhere and just take the kill.
Another thing that this does is it just... You saw people just walking around the map, just charged before. Now they always do that. If you see a new Cryo, they are just always walking around, fully charged, ready to spit at you with their charge spit. They just don't use their normal spit anymore, because it just does so little damage.
I mean, like, I half charge a lot, which balances it out. But still, I have to half charge in order to do meaningful damage. That's disgusting.
I guess. I mean, I've never really been one to care too much about half charges. I'm still fine with just using the regular default spit. Again, I don't really have much of an opinion on the matter. I'm completely fine with this. I'm just happy Dilo got nerfed.
Yeah, no, Dilo, I'm content with Dilo. Like, the fact that it could do 20 damage and just spam that shit was awful.
Yeah, it was... I'm so glad.
I used to troll the fuck out of flying with that.
Well, one last thing, is that Dilo also indirectly got buffed, due to the Venom, and, also because of a new healing system for humans, so Dilo's a lot better at, keeping humans low health for its teammates and also for itself, which, I mean, I guess that is a buff. So yeah, we'll touch more on that new healing thing later.
The Dilo, like, so there are lots of times where the Dilo would just bite somebody and then the human will just run to the health pack and then it won't even matter. But now the Dilo's bite the Venom will always deal full damage. just no matter what. Unless they're sitting on a little health kit that is dropped by the commando, you can't really do anything to counteract the venom.
So now we got the flyers. I have certainly noticed the flyer acceleration, the velocity from diving. Holy shit! It's fun.
I haven't tested it out yet. I don't play flyers all that much because I'm fucking ass, and I'm sad because I used to be a god at flyers and I dropped them entirely for spitters.
The tuba ground pound seems to reduce the minimum height, which I did not know either. And the ground pound damage from 80 to 90 seems pretty fairly big.
Oh yeah, I've gotten so many kills using the ground pound. It's hilarious.
I mean, I've noticed I've died to it a little bit more, but I haven't seen too much change in it.
Yeah, that's really all we can really say for flyers.
They did fix that stupid cooldown for you dropping a human, so you couldn't instantly drop a human for some reason. You had to wait a second or two before you could actually drop them. They finally fixed that. Thank God.
Oh god, that was so goofy. For humans, we have a completely different health pickup. So basically, whenever you grab a med kit, it doesn't just immediately regenerate all of that health. You get 16 HP on touch, and the rest will be given over 2.5 seconds. It just kind of slowly builds up, kind of like the dinosaur is eating, how it slowly kind of builds up, and kind of like how PS4 works, how you go to the stations and it slowly builds up, even with get to the chopper. But now, you pick it up, and it automatically goes without you having to manually do something, which I think is a great way to go.
Agreed. It
fixes so many things while also just kind of bringing the old healing system back, but it brings back consistency in a very charming way.
Okay, so I really like this system. I really do. And like you said, it fixed so many things. I just wish it would give a little more health on touch, because I feel like there's so many times I just get fucked over by dumb shit because I'm touching the health kit, and then I'll get hit by something just that's completely out of my control, and I'll get punished for it. But other than that, like, I don't know, maybe like fucking 20 health, 25 health on touch, something like that. Just something a little bit more. But the way it is, other than that, like, it's completely fine. I love the new health mechanic.
I think 20, maybe like 21 is a good place to stop, because again, yeah, it heals quickly over 2.5 seconds, yeah, but at the same time, if you're damaged while grabbing that pickup, the health restoration immediately ends. It just stops. So yeah, I do think it should be upped to like maybe 20.
Yeah, agreed. It is annoying for Dilo too. Like, this is what I meant. It's good for the Dilo. However, it is very annoying how sometimes you'll kill a Dilo, but you just can't heal. Like, you can heal, but it's not gonna do anything, and you're gonna die anyway. The only way you can survive it sometimes is if you somehow manage to get health kits within like a really close range, so you just pick them both up, and then you get just enough health to survive.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Otherwise, yeah, it's good.
I hope that it never changes from this.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, completely. With that, there are also, I just want to kind of do this for a bit of a, just to advertise SharkBryce a bit, they added more accurate ragdoll effects from gunfire with like stronger impact force on bullets. So
I love the new ragdolls so much. Literally day one, I started recording just so that I can get a bunch of clips for the ragdoll, and I made a video on it that I think I just uploaded it like maybe 30 minutes prior to this being recorded.
Oh yeah, and also
Link in the description.
Oh god, they're just so funny. Like watching Commando Noob Tube and just send both of the corpses flying, and then like having a Carno charge into you and send you like flying into a wall and shit. It's so fun. I really love these new ragdolls. Brings these things back from OG and earlier Extinction for the guns. It's such a nice and welcome thing.
NoobTube is even funnier now.
Yeah. I want to say this is partly on me because I begged them. I'm sure they wanted to do this before, but holy shit, I'm just so glad. Like, I've been asking for this for so long.
Yeah, bro. I got so many great clips, and like the double barrel, especially the double barrel is so good for bringing out those like flying raptors. I'll get flying raptor.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, it brings out the flying raptor. But
I'll show
like,
up if you use double barrel.
yeah, but if you use a double barrel on any light class, they'll just fly. They'll get popped, or they'll just leave this plane of existence.
And then there's still the whole thing where if spitters get headshotted, they disintegrate into nothing.
Yeah, I don't get why they
There's a
still
glitch
do
in the
that.
Matrix.
Yeah, no, if you headshot a spitter for whatever reason, they just like they stretch out of existence.
I still hope they don't fix that. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, like it's weird, but I kind of hope that they keep it in.
Nothing really more to say about that. That's just hell yeah. I'm very excited to try more of it. I haven't noticed it too much in game, but after SharkBryce's video, link in the description, I'm just so excited to play with it. Oh, there's a lot of weapon changes, including, finally, after years, you now reholster your gun after getting dropped from a Terra. Meaning,
Yes.
you can no longer immediately shoot the Terra upon being dropped.
I mean, I can still do that. In fact, link in the description. In that video that we were just talking about, I do that exactly on a Terra.
But it's no longer as it was before. There is now a little delay. It's a little more balanced.
It's a little harder. But
Yeah.
It's
a little more fair.
yeah. No, a trapper just can't look up and
Yeah.
bunga you.
And Commando
usual.
can't just look up and spam right click.
Yeah,
And
the
PS4
fucking
players, be
Pathfinder with the
warned.
double barrel just instantly gives you.
Oh, right. Yeah, double barrel, man.
Exactly.
Yep, right. Yeah, no, you're still having fun out there.
Yeah, no, double barrel still fucks them over. But yeah, you just highlighted it, and
Okay, I need a minute.
Okay.
you
disclaimer.
want flying to just do this? Like, I
Wait a
hate
minute.
this thing just as much as flying does, but
Quick
I think
disclaimer.
flying should talk about it.
We are at a runtime here of about an hour 5 minutes. Flying is going to go on a hour-long rant about SMGs because he fucking hates them.
I'm making a video on SMGs. I'm going to be talking about them. It's not done yet. It's still in the works, and I still need to do quite a bit with it. But I am making an SMG video, so look out for that, I guess.
All right, Flying, you ready, bud?
I've kind of composed myself. I won't go on too long of a rant.
Okay, please. We have
I have
an
a
hour
cough
6
drop.
minutes.
I have a
be
cough
nice.
drop in my mouth, so I don't boil over. Also, I still have a sore throat.
Just give us a quick summary.
They buffed one of the things. They buffed the things with one of the highest damages per second in the game. Even over assault rifle, and over carbine.
Tell me to
Yeah,
discover.
no, I don't get that. What the fuck do SMGs have more DPS than the carbine?
How much
And
do they
also,
have?
please tell me. Please
Tell the
tell me.
viewers.
Please tell me. What small class, because Trapper is the small class counter, what small class has 1,300 health? Why do they need to do 1,300 damage?
It can kill a Carno with damage to spare. It can kill a fucking Serato if you hit it at base damage.
Just make SMGs a small class thing. Just make them focus on small classes. That's all I want. They don't even think they need to be necessarily nerfed that bad. Just rework them. They can still be just as good at killing small things as they are right now. I don't care. Just That's all.
Just don't make them. Just don't give them the ability to instantly gib any fucking bruiser that decides to get within a 6-mile range of them.
This change isn't even like that noticeable. It's not the fact that like the change is bad. Because I mean it is, but like it's not the fact that it's like game breaking. It's just the fact that like it shows I know they're not doing this, but to me like it feels like they're like, we know this weapon's like overpowered, we're buffing it. That's what it feels like. That's what it is. It's a spit in the face. They became Dilophosaurus.
Alright, well...
Anyway, that's all.
Yeah, let's move on from here in case we go on a little too far. Hatchets can do crits now again. I did not know that, actually. Let's talk about the visual and cosmetic changes. Lots of animation fixes, courtesy of, probably...
SharkBryce.
No, definitely. I did all this shit. I am the best animator in this entire fucking community. In fact, I'm so good at animating, I can do it without any of the tools. I just do it with my brain.
Alright.
Bring it to life with your imagination.
Tons of animation fixes, courtesy of TheFlyingRaptor. Mostly. I don't know how many of these aren't TheFlyingRaptor, but all of them are flying. All of them are flying.
Every single one listed there.
Yeah, okay. Well, every single one listed here in this image here on the patch notes. This is all by TheFlyingRaptor, our own, Dino Bytes' own Flying Raptor. And then just lighting changes, and they added back the skeleton skins for this update, which are obviously all very fun, unless it's Terra, because then it's just... torture.
I don't like them. They're cool. The skeleton skins are cool. The issue is half the time I can't fucking tell what class I'm going up against. I'll see somebody like a fucking pyro with a flame slammer, but because they're a skeleton, I'll think it's a commando with like an AR.
Yeah, and it's even worse because third-person pyro uses commando's assault rifle animations. So, yeah. Hopefully I can do some work on that at some point. In the cosmetics list, my favorite... I don't know why this is my favorite change, but I'm just so happy that it's finally happening. Some of the old, the old default pyro skins that use, like, the default pyro instead of the classic, they're now changed to use the classic, Angus McLaughlin head instead of, Angu McLackey.
I love Angu McLackey.
So instead of looking like an elf, he now looks like a proper psychopathic human who's not psychopathic but also is psychopathic.
He's not psychopathic. He's just Scottish.
And that, I guess, SharkBryce try not to be racist challenge,
which he has failed multiple times this video.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
So yeah,
I love it.
I also use the Survivor Pyro, which is one of the 2 skins that finally got it, and other skins are going to be getting it at some point too. So I'm just glad that I get to use a proper pyromaniac now. Hell
yeah. And that about does it. I mean, there are a couple different changes that aren't really too notable. There's the minimum, players required for capture of the egg is just now 2, and a bunch of other minor changes that we didn't really talk about, like I don't know, just some fixed net gun skins, or just a bunch of little changes that add up to a lot. But we're just talking about the actual main big update here. So I suppose with that we're pretty much done. This is a long one. We got an hour 12 minutes.
I think we had a good run with this one.
So to just like as an overview, in my opinion at least, overall it's a really good update. There's just a few minor things that are extremely obnoxious. Cryo and buffing SMGs a little bit for some reason. I don't know why they got a buff, but hey. Otherwise, they're all really good changes.
90% of this update had really good changes, but you see the last 10% that isn't good, like the 10% of the bad changes, they're bad, and they really tick me off. But other than that, it's a pretty good update.
I personally think this is an amazing update. I'm very happy to see the skeletons return. Sure, they'll be obnoxious, but that's just for, like, a week or two. So, either way, I do think this update is absolutely amazing. Very, very fun. And everybody is going to like this. There's a little bit of something for everybody. Everybody in the game who mains anything, there's something new for everybody with an amazing new store. People are gonna love this, and Pyro is getting a new voice soon.
Oh yeah.
So-
Yeah,
I
I am looking forward to Pyro's new voice. Like, even if they do change his voice a little bit, I wanted to hear him say new things, and I
want to need new
I
guns
couldn't.
here. Or need more guns here. We need that.
Yeah,
I need more guns.
yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Just hire Bootman.
This has been Dino Bytes, where we talk about games, movies, and all of your favorite dinosaur media. I am NobleSinn.
I'm SharkBryce.
And I'm the Flying Raptor. By the way, weird emphasis, Noble, but we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye bye.